Hi everybody. Hey, I'm Lorina Quigley, your psychic medium, energy healer, and I have Peanut with me here today. It's almost dinner time, so hopefully he heard me say almost dinner time. It's almost dinner time. Yeah, he knows what that means. Anyway, but I want to make a quick video. Today is a video on mediumship, giving messages. And I just want to, just help spread more information about that so that you can be a better medium. How to be a better medium. And I just wanted to ask, did you ever get messages from the other side, but we're not sure how to trust them or to strengthen them? And, I've done a lot of sessions with people, and they say things to me, little stories about, this happened to me, this thing happened to me, and I'm not sure what to think of it, but I think that someone was coming through and giving a message. Well, I want to say that that is very, very possible and probably really did happen. Yeah, and usually that's the case. It's like, yes, someone really came through. I've heard some remarkable stories where people literally, I felt like someone was coming through me and was giving a message from me to this person, and it felt almost like they were coming through me and touching this other person who is in physical reality, and they were sharing something. There was almost like a bond that was happening through me to this other person, sort of like in Ghost. I'm sure if you've seen the movie Ghost, if you're into this stuff, you've probably seen the movie Ghost, and things like that can happen. It's remarkable and very, very exciting. So part of being a medium, a good medium, is learning to trust what you get, which is one of the hardest things to do about being a medium. Yeah, and that comes with practice, truly. And so I wanted to share a few things, some practical items. I'm sorry, I had a lot of coffee today. I bought some cold brew. Oh boy. so I might trip up over my words because, man, cold brew is really yummy. But anyway, I think I had a little too much. Shh. Hey, Peanut. I should have closed the curtains. Anyway, getting on with it. Practical ways to grow as a medium. Yes, you can do this. First of all, it's important to ground yourself and protect yourself. So how can I do that? One way people ground is imagine a rope going through your center vertical column, through your spine. Imagine this rope going down into the earth, through your spine, down through the ground and into the earth. And you can imagine it as a big tree, and that energy from your spine is going down into the earth and rooting yourself into the earth and feeling that sense of grounding. And you can also send any energy that is kind of getting in the way, or debris, psychic debris, and send it down into the earth through that, and let the earth take that energy so that you are clearer. That's a very common way of doing this kind of work. You can also, as far as protection, I always start with a prayer. Anytime I do any psychic work, energy healing, mediumship, I close my eyes and I start with a prayer. Now you can say it out loud, you can keep it to yourself. And first thing I ask for is God, the divine source, whatever you want to call God, your name for God. You use that word and ask for that divine protection. And then I start calling in all my angels. I call in angels, I call in the archangels, I call in ascended masters. Jesus, I call in Jesus, who I think of him as an ascended master, but also just incredibly powerful being to assist. And I call in Mother Mary. So you get to decide what that looks like for yourself, but that's part of my process. And then I also work with beings and beings that I've seen who have shown up to help me, and I have a guardian angel. I ask them to come in and assist me too. So I feel I got a big team here, starting with Source itself to come in and help. So that is a great way to start, so that you know and feel that you are protected, and it's super easy. So you do that. So ground and protect. Sorry, I'm looking at my list to make sure I cover everything. So after that, you learn how to quiet your mind. Not easy to do, especially in today's world. How can I quiet my mind? How can I, if I really want, I had too much coffee today. How can I quiet my mind so that I can communicate in the way that I want to, or so I can connect with spirit if I want to. I can connect with my guides if I want to. Breathe. Breathe. That is super simple. And there are all sorts of breathing techniques that you can do, that you can look up on YouTube to breathe, quiet your mind, so that I can start this process of communication with the other side. So breathing, just taking a couple of deep breaths in and out. Just and so one of the best techniques that you can do is breathe in for 4, breathe out for 8 breaths. Breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This calms the nervous system down. It is well known to do that, so that you can be more calm. It does work. And then you meditate. I know. Meditation. We all need to do it. Sometimes we don't have time to do it. But if you can do it, it really does help. So that you can create that practice so that it becomes more of a state of mind when you want to be calm. And also there's sitting in the power. With mediumship, there is sitting in the power. It's, if you're a medium or if you've studied mediumship, you're going to hear people talk about this. It is very similar to meditation. And what that is essentially is a type of meditation where you call on spirit. This is a term that spiritualists use for source or God, calling on spirit to assist you and be in that space of feeling it. Now, when you first start, the reason why they say you should sit in the power is just so that you can feel who you are. Who am I? Who is sitting in the power? What does that feel like when I sit in the power? So that you know what you feel like when you're in this state of being quiet and calm and connecting to source. What does that feel like? So that when spirits do step in and you start blending with a spirit, you know the difference between you and spirit, or loved ones when they come in and speak to you. You are learning how to differentiate that so you can feel it. And this takes time, but you can do it. Yeah. So after you've done that, and bringing in, asking spirits to step forward, you know the difference and you can feel it and you start getting information. So you have to trust what you get. This is really hard to do. It's one of the hardest parts, trusting what you get and saying it. Now, sometimes people don't even know that they're getting information when they're getting information. And this is newbies. But as you do this, you will start, again, to know, oh, this is information coming in. This is not just me. Because sometimes we're so used to getting information coming in, or we're empathic, or we're telepathic, and information's coming in all the time, and we haven't figured out that it's actually coming from other people, spirits from the other side, just psychic interference. That's a big one, because there's a lot of that. Learning how to differentiate all these different things. So if you're really new, it is hard to figure that out, but it's a process, and you can do it. And also to get what you get. When you receive information and you just don't say it, you're like, oh my God, and you're getting feedback from what you did get and decide it's okay to say. You're like, ah, geez, why didn't I say that? Because that is a piece of information that I got. Why didn't I say that? Every psychic and medium has been through this, and you're kicking yourself for not saying it, because you can't go back on that and go, oh, but I got that. And you might have gotten that piece of information, but it seems less believable if you're saying it from the other side. So just say it. You need to say what you get. That's one of my teachers. It's like, you get what you get. You get what you get. Put that information out there. Say it. Trust it, and yeah, sometimes you're wrong. It's okay. You're not perfect yet, because nobody is. All right. So anyway, that's a big thing. Yeah, and we've all done that. I went through a phase where, this was a long time ago, where and I had already seen like ghosts and get information from them, but it's almost like you go back a little bit. And this was a long time where I was doing a lot of classes, and I knew a lot of people in the room, and we were all doing our work together. But at this point, it was like, oh my God, you were so excited if you got that it was a woman, or if you got that it was a man. And it's like, oh my God, I felt a man's presence, and I thought it was a father, and I got that right, and you were so excited. And at some point you just go, oh, you just know. You just know that a man stepped forward, or a boy that has very male energy or female energy just stepped through, and it was a mother or daughter or sister, whatever it happens to be. At some point you just know and pick it up. But that takes practice. But I remember going through a phase where you're just so excited because you got the sex right. And I mean that. So it's definitely a process. And it waxes and wanes. Sometimes you do so good, you're like, oh my God, I'm so on. And then you're just not quite as good, and you don't know what's going on, but there could be a lot of stuff going on in your life, so you're just not as clear. That happens too. Yeah. Anyway, it takes practice, and lots of practice, to start trusting what you get, saying it out loud, trusting, and whether you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. The most important part is learning to say it anyway, and find out, get some feedback. This is part of the process. And you just do it and do it and do it. And you learn about yourself as you do this work. You learn about yourself. You learn about how information comes through for you, but you also learn when you get off just a little bit and then you come back. It's a learning process, but as you do it, you strengthen your abilities. And one exercise that you can do to help strengthen, this is specifically for your clairvoyance, is a candle technique where you just put a little candle in front of you, and it's good to have a real candle with a real flame instead of one of those little battery run candles. See if you can, but those will work too. But if you can have a real candle, sit in front of that candle. See, oh, here's the fake candle. But just put it right there in front of you and watch it. And it should be close to, you don't want, it can be a couple of feet away, but you don't want it too far down. You want it a little closer to your vision. It doesn't have to be right there, like a foot down or something. is going to work. Hey, stop. Peanut. I should have closed the curtains. Oh, well, I'm going to keep going because I'm almost done. Anyway, turn that candle on and watch it. Just stare at that candle. But what you want to do is your point of focus is actually on the candle, on the flame. But what you're doing is you're focusing on one spot, but your periphery vision, really pay attention to your periphery vision. And you want to do this in the dark, in a dark room, because that's where you start seeing things. Your periphery, when in the dark, your periphery vision really turns on. So this is where you might start seeing like flutterings of energy, or you actually may see outlines of people coming in. Seriously. It really, really works. It helps turn on your clairvoyance. So please try this. And also it's really good to have some nice relaxing music. You can listen to isochronic tones. Isochronic tones are like binaural beats, except for the thing about binaural beats is you know, you've got the earbuds in or the earphones. You don't want that. What you want is isochronic tones is like binaural beats, but you don't have to wear the earbuds. So so your clairaudience is also is more open because it's not being as manipulated straight into your brain. So that's a really good thing to do. So try that. Try it for 20 minutes, 15, 20. It's a really good exercise to do to help open up your clairvoyance, and listen. Listen as you're doing this, because you might start hearing things too. Yeah. There is an exercise that you can do also with your eyes closed. This is with your eyes closed. This is a form of image streaming. And what you're doing as you're doing this image streaming is, first of all, always start by looking about 45 degrees up, because that, so it's, yeah, this is like an angle, a straight angle. So you're going to go up about 45 degrees. And watch, because that takes you into an alpha state like within seconds. So just close your eyes and put your eyes up. It takes you into a relaxed state really, really quickly. Now you don't have to hold that, but do it to start with. And what you do is just with your eyes closed, watch. And what I mean is just really watch and start speaking, saying what you're seeing with your eyes closed. This helps you connect the part of your brain that creates speech, but also connects with visual images, and just start saying what you're seeing, because we see things with our eyes closed sometimes. Sometimes it's just some funny colors, like me doing that right now. I'm seeing the light in a circle, and so I can say I'm seeing a light with a circle, because that's how the eyes work. So I am going to see that, but then start saying, oh, but I'm also seeing these colors around it. I'm seeing these beautiful pinks and oranges, and there's some blues in there, and I see energetically, I see some wavy energy, and around that I'm seeing more wavy energy that actually looks like a fluctuation of energy. So this is how you start doing this exercise. If you do this exercise for 20 minutes a day, I know that sounds like a lot, but it is going to help start opening up your clairvoyance. And there's something about the speaking with the seeing that opens up a part of your brain, so that it actually helps activate your clairvoyance. And I didn't come up with this. This is from a book. It's called Einstein Speaks. And it's one of the main exercises in the book. And it really turns on your clairvoyance, your vision. You will see more. This absolutely works. It has worked for me, like, whoa. I'm seeing full movies now instead of just pieces of information. It really, really works. So please try that. It's really good for helping you become a more clairvoyant and become a better medium. And I invite you to, we're coming close to the end of this video, I invite you to share some of your experiences, and please try these things. They really, really work. They are phenomenal for helping you become more psychic so that you can become a better medium. So really meditate, trust, use your protection techniques, use your grounding techniques. Sit in the power. There's a lot of videos on sitting in the power that you can watch that, well, you can watch it, but really, those you want to sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and listen to the guided meditations around learning how to sit in the power. You're inviting spirit in. You are inviting spirit to come in and communicate with you. And also, some people actually blend, and they call it blending. You're letting spirits from the other side blend with you energetically, and you can feel that energy coming in. It's a beautiful experience. Please try it and let me know how it goes. But remember, doing the blending, make sure that you do your protection techniques, to say a prayer before you do this work so that you're bringing in loved ones and really highly evolved spirits, your guardian angel, the angels, beautiful high frequency Christed beings. This is what we want. It's a beautiful experience that you can have doing this work. So anyway, let me know how it goes. Please share your experiences. I'm going to go for now. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.